May I come in, sir?
Come in, come in, come in.
Good
Akash
morning, sir.
Shrivastava.
Yes, sir.
Please sit down, Akash.
Thank you, sir.
Make yourself comfortable. Sit
Yes, sir.
easily. Akash Shrivastava, you're the optional PSIR.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are from UP, Azamgarh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You did civil engineering. Where do we start talking to you? Akash or UP or civil engineering? Tell me.
Sir, for me, anything is fine, but
Good.
you can start from name. That's
Okay. What is Panch? Panch Tattva आपने सुना है? 5 elements.
yes, sir.
What are those?
Sir, in Indian mythology, the five elements are earth, earth which means soil, and water, fire, and air. Apart from that, sir, fifth thing is sky or akas.
Akash.
Yes, sir.
So it's very important.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, one question, then Krishna Mohan Shrivastava is your father. Mother is Kusum Shrivastava. Father's profession is Tahsil Vakil.
Yes, sir.
What is Tahsil Vakil? Tell me. Please explain, what is the profile of your father's job?
Sir, my father is like a private practitioner at the local tahsil. Like he deal with mainly with land related issues. So it's like a lawyer only, but rather than putting as a lawyer, I put tahsil vakil, which is refer at a local level.
Okay, okay. At a local level means district magistrates, collectorate, district magistrate's office in the collectorate, or where you say?
Sir, it's not collected. It's one block, headquarter of a block from where he practice.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Where
sir.
civil courts are there?
Yes, sir. Sub district level. Okay.
Now, since you want to, get into the civil services, do you have an idea of the job profile of a district magistrate?
Yes, sir.
If you were to get into IAS, we wish, and you become DM, tell me what will be your job profile like? 1, 2, 3 points. I don't want too many points. 1, 2, 3.
Sir, what I know for now is that first thing is like the
Please
implementation.
speak bit
Okay.
loudly so that we can hear you comfortably.
So first thing is like implementation of the government scheme and policy in the area. Second thing is, sir, in his name the revenue is collected in the region, like he's a collector. As apart from that, sir, third thing is law and order issue in the area that he had to maintain.
Does law and order include crime control, crime prevention also? Is it something different than that?
Sir, I think one IAS officer is also responsible for law and order, which include prevention of the crime and maintaining of the law in the region. So I think that's also include.
Okay, so that is also covered in the profile of the job profile of the district magistrate.
So rather than one individual crime, he's like responsible for overall maintenance of area. Like there is a not failure. There is a uphold of the constitutional structure in the
Akash,
region.
tell me one thing. Do you think law and order and crime they are two different things, or they are interlinked? Somewhere they are interlinked also.
Uh, yes, sir, they are interlinked, but the difference come when like some small individual activity happen, the police will be responsible to prevent that. But like if some riots are happening or some like failure of the constitutional machinery, then one IS officer will also be responsible for maintaining that.
Supposing when rape situations are there, unfortunately, it leads to a lot of mass protests and all
Yes,
that,
sir.
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Don't you think then the two things get linked and overlap with each other?
Yes, sir. In that situation, they are get interlinked.
Okay, okay, good. Just one more thing, you did civil engineering 2020 from IIT Hyderabad,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? You must be aware of these base isolation techniques for the resilience of the buildings
Yes, sir.
against events like earthquake. What is this base isolation?
Sir, base isolation technique is used to prevent the earthquake failure in the
What is
structure.
base isolation?
Sir, it's like a separation between the main structure and the foundation of the building using the elements, material like the rubber or something which is shock absorber. So when earthquake comes, so only the foundation
Good.
can absorb the shocks
Yeah.
and building remain stable. So
Any idea where this base isolation technique was invented, you see?
uh, no, sir, I am not aware where it was
Okay.
invented, but
Is in India, have we used base isolation technique in any of the buildings, you see? Anywhere? Anywhere in the country?
sir, in India I'm not aware. In Japan they use a lot. That's I
Well,
know.
Japan, yes. But after Bhuj earthquake, do you think there was some greater awareness about it and it was used somewhere?
Sir, I'm not exactly aware.
Okay,
Might
sure.
it be
Okay,
used in
Anilji,
Kutch?
over to you.
Okay, Mr. Akash Shrivastava, you are
Yes,
from
sir.
Azamgarh.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the place, the people, the
Sir,
agriculture.
okay, sir. Azamgarh is located in the eastern UP.
Hmm.
Uh, if I talk about population and literacy, population is like it's around 5 million
Hmm.
population in 2011 census, and sir, literacy rate and MPI rates, they are lower than the national and state average.
Mhm.
Even the per capita income is less than the state average. So that area is mainly a agricultural based area, and some
Hmm.
MSME like Banarsi Sari and Nizamabad pottery are some industries.
Mhm.
Apart from that, sir, there are isn't any large scale industry in the region,
Hmm.
and sir, there is some sugar based industry as well. Sugar mills are there,
Mhm.
and
What is
sir,
the product, one district, one product from Azamgarh?
sir, black clay pottery from the Nizamabad that is under ODOP.
What is the forest cover of Uttar Pradesh, percentage wise?
Sir, exactly, I'm not aware. It's less than 10%.
Less than 10%.
Sir, that's I can. I'm exactly not
What are the
aware.
important forest, high forest districts?
Sir, high forest,
Hmm.
sir, Sonbhadra in the south.
Sonbhadra, okay.
Yes, sir. And sir, in Lakhimpur Kheri, where the Dudhwa National Park is there.
Mhm.
Apart from that, sir, Pilibhit
Hmm.
and Pilibhit and Bahraich district in the Tarai region. Apart from that, sir, Chitrakoot in the south of the UP.
So what are the important tree naturally growing in Uttar Pradesh
Sir,
forest?
sir, state tree is sir, Asoka tree. That is a state tree also. Apart from that, sir, in Tarai region, the jamun and mango trees are very common. Apart from that, sir, in South Bundelkhand region, the teak and sals are also there because of the dry deciduous
Hmm.
ecos.
National policy is 33%. Then how to increase the forest cover? Any
So,
idea?
yes, sir. The first thing is like, so we are talking about all India level, right? So one thing that India is trying to increase the forest area. One biggest scheme is like making of a tree wall in the
No, I'm
Rajasthan.
talking about Uttar Pradesh context.
Okay.
Since we are talking about the low forest area and policy is to increase up to 33%, then I
Yes, sir.
wanted from you, then what are the technique that we can use to increase the forest cover in next 5 years? In this budget also there is some provision. Have you followed the budget, Uttar Pradesh budget?
Sir, I'm not aware
Okay,
exactly
there
the
is a lot of thing about the forest. We read about it. So I would
Okay.
like to know whether you have any idea about how to increase the out of box idea, how to increase the forest cover, because it is important in keeping in view the climate change, the carbon
Yes, sir.
sequestration. The forest rules is very very high about that. That's why I wanted.
Yes,
What is
sir.
your knowledge about all these things?
Sir, one scheme which was being implemented is urban forest
Hmm.
scheme
Hmm.
under central government, like
Hmm.
which aim at to creation of a
Hmm.
urban forest in every cities, at least to some extent. Uh, like it's based on the model of the Pune Borje forest.
Hmm.
Apart from that, sir, the expressway which are constructed around that, the tree cover can be increased.
Hmm.
And sir, the degraded area in the Bundelkhand region where the soil erosion happened, the forest can be used to stabilize the soil as well as increasing the greenery in
You
the
are a
area.
civil engineer. What are the important structures they are made when the expressway passes through national parks to protect the wildlife? My last question.
Yes, sir. There are some underpasses, and as far as the passes are provided for the forest, sir, exact word I'm not able to recall, but sir, they try to connect the two fragmented forest area by a overbridge.
Okay.
So that,
Thank you.
I saw your hobby cooking regional cuisines.
yes, sir.
What type of specifically particular regional you say Ajamgarh or something very special
Yes,
cuisine
sir.
of that place? Any
Sir,
idea?
regional means I refer to Eastern UP.
Okay, whatever it is here.
Sir, the specific dishes you are asking.
You have written regional
Yes,
cuisines.
sir.
Say
So,
something about which regional cuisine you prefer.
sir, first thing like Eastern UP share a lot of similarity with Bihar. So like the litti chokha, which is also popular in our area. So that is one cuisine. Apart from sir, the tahari, the rice thing, which is very popular, which is made from the rice. Apart from that, sir, dum aloo. That's also very
Okay, now
popular
when you
thing.
cook,
Yes, sir.
what precaution that make it a healthy diet? We see only gluten free, cholesterol less. What precautions you take for that purpose?
Sir, first thing is the oil, the temperature at which it could be prepared. It should be less like 60 to 70 degree. If it's too high, then that's going to be a unhealthy little bit.
Linked to that, can you explain that you have a polyunsaturated fat, monounsaturated fat? So what are these? Any idea?
Yes, sir. They are the fats occurring in naturally as well as the artificially. So, sir, I think, sir, poly and mono, I'm not aware, sir. High
Okay.
density and low density here.
Okay, now let
And
me see. You have done a good career. Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad, Civil Engineering.
yes, sir.
See, but I am very sad. You are a civil engineer from a premier institute and
Yes,
trying to leave the engineering field, coming to the civil service. Of course, that is your freedom. But then I feel that in a lot of engineers are coming here. My feeling is that IITs government makes a lot of expenditure. They should be winded up, or if not winded up, the students of IIT should not be allowed to go to the civil service. How do you react? Tell me what. How can you counter me? Yeah.
yes, sir. First thing is
Please.
like going to IIT is not something which government expect they should be remaining in that field. Like they have freedom to go in any field after getting graduated. And sir, like I'm coming to civil services, it's not a loss to country. It had been a loss to country if I had been going for some MNCs or some foreign country to work there. So it had been lost. Sir, government have already invested a lot on me. So I think that experience and that education I can use for in the public sector. And I think the coming decades where the developmental and infrastructure issue is going to major thing, as an engineer, the civil services required the expertise in the such amenities development. So I think an engineer can serve in this sector as well, very
You
well.
took subject political science and international relations.
Yes, sir.
Please give me an idea what is going on in South China Sea. Why there is so much conflict over there? Likely conflict over.
Sir, in 2009, the China released a policy which suggests that they declare a 9-dash line, and they claim almost whole of the South China Sea and the islands in there as their own territory. Sir, which is even against the even laws of the oceans and even clause, which even violate the special economic zone of the neighborhood South ASEAN countries. So it goes against the territorial integrity of those ASEAN countries.
See,
And
last month there was a Hindenburg report which led to the Adani Enterprises very turbulent situation. There's one term always coming: short selling.
yes,
What
sir.
is short selling? Can you explain it?
Sir, short selling is based on the expectation that the prices of the share are going to fall. So one company they take on the rent the share of one another company and they sell it to one person on a normal price, and later when the prices fall, they repurchase it and give it back to from where they have taken it on the rent. So in this way they make the profit.
Something more, and I think.
Yeah.
Akash, tell us what is happening on the Korean Peninsula. Every day it is in the news.
Yes, sir. Sir, nowadays, like USA and South Korea, they are increasing their defense partnership, and I think few weeks earlier they were doing some exercise, and and on the regular basis, North Korea is testing its missiles in the region, which are ICBMs.
Why is North Korea doing it? What is its objective?
Sir, its objective to maintain the current situation. Like first thing is the maintenance of the political system in the North Korea as it is, and also it want to unify with the South Korea while maintaining same political system. And so that's not possible as long as the USA and South Korea are having the defense
So
relation.
how are these missile launches helping North Korea? Are they achieving any objective, you think?
Sir, the first thing, the fear among the political elites in the North Korea is that what happened in, say, in 2003 in Iraq, same thing may happen in
In your assessment, is North Korea likely to attack South Korea?
Sir, no, sir, I don't think they are going to attack.
Why?
First thing is like North Korea knows that South Korea also have the nuclear umbrella under the defense pact with USA. So I don't think they are.
Okay, changing the area altogether. West of Pakistan, in West Asia, which
Yes,
are the major centers of power and what are the major fault lines among them?
Sir, in West Asia, the two main countries are Saudi Arabia and Iran.
Any other country?
Sir, if we talk about the MENA region, West Asia and North Africa, then Egypt is also there.
One more
And
country?
Israel.
And
Israel, sir.
Israel. One more country you are missing?
Sir, Turkey.
Turkey.
Yes, sir.
What is the geopolitical importance of Turkey? Suddenly it has become so prominent.
So Turkey is situated in the between of the first Europe and Asia, and second thing is connect between the Mediterranean Sea and the Black Sea. And Black Sea is very important for the Russia and in earlier time for the Soviet Union.
Something happened very recently in West Asia, some new agreement,
Yes,
one
sir.
or two. Tell us about them.
So China mediated one agreement between the Iran and the Saudi Arabia.
You think we should be worried?
Sir, I do not personally. I do not agree that India should worry because it's so good for India that Iran and Saudi are normalizing their relation, and India have the energy as well as the very large population live in that region. So the normalizing security situation is really going to help India as well.
Okay, last question. Is the Cold War back?
Sir, sir, if in one sentence I will say I do not see the Cold War is back.
Why so? Explain.
So there are two things they are saying Cold War. First, in China perspective, the Cold War something like the world was divided into the two blocks, Soviet blocks and the US block, and there was a third block also. But so I don't think the world is currently divided as much as it was in 1950s and 60s.
But
Also,
is it moving in that direction?
sir, if you see the China is not we cannot say China is a superpower even now, even after its capability.
Is China alone in the future? If there is some kind of a Cold War or some kind of a division, is China alone? But trends, what are the trends?
No, sir, China is not alone. There is a emerging trends that the countries like which are anti-West, like Iran and Russia, and the new friendly.
So a new axis is emerging.
Yes, sir.
Which were the Axis powers and which were the Allied powers in the Second World War?
Sir, all the P5 countries, they were the Allied power in the Second World War, and the Germany and Japan, as well as Italy and Austrian-Hungary Empire.
So what are likely to be in any future Cold War or hot war, the Axis powers and Allied powers?
Sir, Allied power are going to be that P3 countries like
Three?
and P2, the Russia and China, they are mostly going to be together.
Any other countries?
Sir, the countries like North Korea and
If I say that America is trying to push India into a war with China, so that they can neutralize China and sell arms to India, would you agree, or you say it is totally wrong?
Sir, first thing, like India already have fought one war with China, and second thing is India and China, their relation is as per my perspective, they should not influence by the any third country's view or their assessments.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Akash, US and UK, they think that India can play important role in stopping war between Russia and Ukraine. What are your comments or what is your analysis about it?
Sir, of course, India have tried some back channel to act as a mediator or to stop more what you say the more increasing of the war, like the nuclear. India comments on the nuclear issue and also criticized the use of the nuclear under the Quad summit, which happened in last month. Apart from that, sir, to act as a balancer, well, India is in a very well established role, which have good balance relation with the West as well as with Russia. But this, I think, mediator role only can be played when the both country come on the table on the some point, which is currently very far seen.
But India is playing a neutral role. Is it related with some geopolitical issues between Russia and India?
No, sir, I do not say it's something like India is trying to.
Because India is having more, trade with Russia as compared to Ukraine. So naturally, India first policy says that we should support a partner who is helping us more. Give
Sir,
your observations.
So first thing, India is not supporting Russia in this war to any extent. It's only maintaining a normal trade relation with Russia, and solely which is based on the
No,
historical.
keeping neutral or silent, it is the part of which policy, foreign policy?
Sir,
What type of foreign policy?
India is being neutral, but it's not being silenced. Like it want to both of them to cease the violence.
Okay, think about it. In UP, do you want that caste-based census should be introduced, like Bihar is demanding?
Yes, sir.
It should be introduced. So, what would be the benefit of that census?
Sir, it's like first thing is identification of the beneficiaries, which needs the more help from the government schemes.
No, reservation policy percentage is fixed. You cannot go beyond that. But suppose if you find that one particular caste is members or it is more in number, then what benefit they will get? Because the percentage is fixed.
Sir, same thing happened in All India level in 2011, the caste census, and the data was not revealed, but that data is being used to given the implementation of the policy, like giving 500 rupees during the lockdown. The same thing was used.
Khalistan movement, which is picking up, pace. Lot of demonstration at Manhattan, USA, and then in Canada and UK also. More than 2,000 sick day. So, what are your assessment of the overall situation? What is going on with reference to this issue?
Sir, Khalistan is, I won't say that it's a pacing up speed. There have been some incidents like the attack on the police station, which were led by some groups. But I think currently the Indian government as well as the Punjab government, they are working on the prevention of the radicalization as well as control on the foreign funding to such organization.
Okay, freedom of speech and freedom of press report.
Yes, sir.
These are creating problem in the society, especially the mental illness. What are your observations about it? All negative news in TV, newspaper.
Yes, sir.
So how it is impacting the society or young people?
Yes, sir. The freedom of, I think, there have been issues like the defamation and the bullying on the social medias. But I won't say freedom of the speech is the reason for such causes. It's because of on the social media, it's a duty of the provider service provider, they have to check such issues. And also
If you don't think the speech, then reporting of negative news on electronic media or maybe the print media should be banned up to some extent or not?
Yes, sir. I think Election Commission have put some condition after the MCC comes. So that is there, but we cannot restrict the freedom of
Okay,
speech.
thank you, Akash.
Okay, Akash, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Can
Thank
go
you.
out, we'll call you back.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.